Good afternoon. I'd like to call to order the Pierce County Council and Tuesday study session for April 1st, 2025. The time is 12:02. All members are present except for Councilmember Morrell and Ayala, who I'm expecting. And that's where we are. We are moving to section 2, which is review of the agenda for today. So Ms. Long.
All right, thank you and good afternoon. This is your regular council meeting agenda for this afternoon's meeting. It is amended. We'll start with we actually did go over your consent agenda yesterday and there are no changes. And so if you have questions, I'll pause. Otherwise, we will continue. All right. There's one ordinance that's been transmitted from the executive, and then we move right to section 7. There is one proclamation today, and that's of the council and executive designating April as Sexual Assault Awareness Month in Pierce County. That was requested by Councilmember Hitchen. Under resolutions, we do have a few items here. First up is R 2025-114. And this is ratifying the sale of certain county-owned surplus real property. This is the 713 Southwest 353rd Place property. It is located in Federal Way. This was heard in rules on March 17th and received a due pass recommendation. Next is our 2025-120. This is authorizing the executive to enter into a 1-year contract for publishing legal notices for the county. This was also heard in rules. This was on March 24th and received a due pass recommendation. And finally, you have our 2025-123. This is confirming the appointment of Robin Vasquez as the director of the Human Resources Department. And this received a due pass at rules on March 24th as well. And I think you all received or are aware of the chair's email regarding questions for today on that.
Yes. In addition, the plan is to move that particular resolution up in front of the other 2 resolutions. So the executive is planning to be here and wants to be able to introduce Robin and provide feedback. So we'll do proclamation messages from the county executive and any other electeds who show up, because that's in the agenda, and then go right into that. So we'll just rearrange the 3 resolutions to move Ms. Vasquez ahead of those other 2 policy items and then allow them to go on their day. So.
And that's it for your agenda for today.
Yeah. So any questions on the agenda? Okay. Seeing none, we'll go to external boards and commissions because there are no amendments. So we'll go to Mr. Taylor.
Thank you. Just one item to note for relative to the Puget Sound Regional Council. That's the Growth Management Policy Board meeting this week, April the 3rd at 10 a.m. There's one action item that I want to call to your attention, and that is certification of the comprehensive plans for a number of cities. I think there about 10 cities having their comprehensive plans certified by PSRC. In the mix of those 10 are 4 from Pierce County. So Carbonado, Ording, South Prairie, and University Place. PSRC staff was recommending that each of those plans be certified. So no conditional certifications, just full certification for those cities. And that's the only item I want to call out on the Growth Management Policy Board agenda. There are a number of other items, but I think that's the most important and relevant one for the council.
Okay. Any other boards or commissions? Well, I will add that the health department this Tuesday will be honoring the fact that it's National Public Health Week, and then looking into disease investigation. We all learned tons about how that works when it came to COVID, but they also do a variety of other diseases. And so that's one of the topics that will be shared with the Board of Health this coming Tuesday. So just wanted to let people know that was going on and see last call. Otherwise, we will move to chair's topics. Okay. Reminders from the chair. This was really to remind me to remind you. So 2 things. We got an email from WASAC. NACO has written a children's book to help teach youth around what county government is, how it works, and just that civic engagement at an elementary level, because a lot of school districts, you find civic shows up in high school if it shows up at all. And so they are interested in looking for council members who might be interested in being out in schools with said book, reading to classes. So this is elementary level. And I told the acting director, we're all familiar with Derek, around the possibility I'm going to pass along or forward the email to you and you could respond. But I wanted to just let you know, had a chance to look through like the actual book. My understanding is they will get copies of the book. You go to the classroom if they sign up. The other thing is actually letting school districts know it's a thing if they would like to do it. It does not require that you as a council member go and do a presentation. They can just get books to classrooms, which I'm all about getting books into the hands of kids. So I will, I don't know that it came to everyone or if it just came to WASAC board members, but I will forward it and you can take a look. But is there interest or questions? Any message you want me to send along if I respond to Derek? Councilmember Denson?
I am interested. I'm curious to read the book. I did some reading to, I think they were first graders a couple of years ago. They could be a tough crowd. I brought my favorite children's books and some of them they liked and others they were just like, it was fun. It was fun. So I'm curious to read it before I put myself in front of this audience of critics.
It's gonna be some of your best critics and your best friends.
They're honest.
Oh, yeah. Vice Chair Herrera.
I'm interested in it. Last week we did get to read in front of first graders with Councilmember Krueger. And you're right, they're quite interesting. They know what they like. The big book they wanted to hear is The Big Cheese. So maybe they want to know who the Big Cheese is. So I don't know, that's a book out there that first graders love right now. And they all know, so.
Good tip. Well, we'll end with the big cheese. We'll start with county government.
So the title of the book is The Marvelous Adventures of County Land.
Wow.
So, Councilmember Krueger.
Thank you, Chair. I will say kids' taste and things has certainly changed from when I was in first grade. Big Cheese was just tacky, but they were just, I had like 3 books and Paul had Councilmember Herrera had the one and this all Big Cheese, and I'm like, puppies? What? Anyway. I too am interested. I see there is a PDF online. I think it's 23 pages. And that would be very interested to go through, but yeah, that's could be a good program.
Okay,
Thank you.
I will message there is interest and make sure that I get information to you so you too can look through the Marvelous Adventures of County Land, if nothing else. So, okay. The other one is outside as you're walking towards the wall to head to everybody's office. We have a peanut butter drive again. Peanut butter is one of those staples that lasts a really long time. And so there's a box there and the due date is May. It ties into May Hunger Awareness Month. And we'll deliver whatever shows up. And they're also looking for other types of butter. So not dairy butter, but almond butters and sunflower butter, anything. So if you have any and would like to donate, great. And it'll sit there until it's time to take it in, which again will be the beginning of May. Those were my 2 reminders, so check. Okay, number 5, communications, Mr. Dominique.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair, members of the council. Brian Dominique, your communications manager. Just a few quick updates for you today. We have the Sexual Assault Awareness Month proclamation that Ms. Long talks about on the council agenda. We have the executive director of Rebuilding Hope, Carolyn Sampson. She's going to be coming to receive that proclamation. She said she's going to be inviting a few organizations that were mentioned in the actual proclamation. So we'll probably have about 3, maybe 4 people here. So expect to have them in chambers. And then in your packet, there is a Earth Day proclamation. There was some interest among the council members about whether we were going to be doing a website like we do with Martin Luther King Day, where we have events listed. It's the executive's office is going to be doing that as they've done in years past. It's going to be Earth Month. So if you have events that you want to get listed on the website there, just send them my way and I'll work with the communications department to get those added. So, yeah, in terms of communication, we have a couple big projects we're going to be taking on here soon. At the retreat, we talked about proclamations, procedures and processes. So over the next month, I'm going to be working with the chief of staff to refine our procedure, look at where we can make improvements, try to tighten up where we can based on the conversation at retreat. And then our website needs some updating, as I'm sure many of the council members have known. So we're going to be doing a scrub of the website and then making some updates. And those would be our big heavy lifts in terms of representing the council in communications this year. And then we have our other projects going on with the council members individually. So yeah, we're continuing to support those. And depending any questions, that's all I have.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions? Vice Chair Herrera?
Did we get a new mic?
Oh. Yes,
Okay.
yes. Audio is working again.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Chair.
Which mic was not working?
It's inside, on their cameras,
Oh,
their video.
okay. I must have missed something then. Okay,
Sorry.
it's okay. It's April Fool's Day. You just never
It
know.
is.
So, okay.
Oh, yeah. Waiting for it, waiting for it.
Try teaching high school on April Fool's
Oh,
Day
boy.
or middle school. Any other questions for Mr. Dominique? Okay. Is there any other business before the committee? After yesterday, I just feel like 13 minutes is not enough time, everybody.
No further business,
I know.
Madam Chair.
Okay, well, seeing no other business before us in study session, we are adjourned.